You and me and Alex.
Situated?
No. And Alex, that's Ed.
I don't by myself.
Come on, sit down, Barbara.
Why don't you sit right here on me? There you go.
I think the prize for the best musical instrument playing goes to Teresa. I'm glad you guys came tonight. Yeah. So I have a friend named Dana, and she's probably your age, Nikki.
Yeah.
And one day at church, they started the church service with a prayer, so it was really quiet. Everyone had already bowed their heads and closed their eyes. The only person talking during the prayer was the pastor who was leading the prayer. And right in the middle of the prayer, my friend Dana let out this big, giant toot. That's right, she tooted in church. She felt so bad. Dana was so embarrassed. She didn't mean to do it. It just kind of snuck up on her, and before she knew it, it was too late. The church was super quiet because everyone was praying. So you know what? Everybody heard her too. And you know what was even worse is that the church was crowded. So everybody could smell it too. People started laughing because, well, they were kind of nervous and they didn't expect someone to toot in church.
Oh my goodness.
Now, after Dana did that, some of her friends began to treat her differently. They said, "You embarrassed us, and so we can't be your friend anymore. You did something uncool," and so they started making fun of her, and they stopped being her friend. Now, how do you think that made my friend Dana feel?
Sad.
Sad. Exactly. She felt lousy.
Disappointed.
Her feelings were hurt. She was sad and hurt because people stopped being her friends. Bless you. And she was embarrassed because she accidentally did something that she didn't mean to do. She tooted in church. But it's okay, because Dana learned a valuable Bible lesson through all of that hurt and embarrassment. And you know what? It's as easy as counting to 10. Yep, it's just that simple. You know what helped her continue to be nice to her friends, even when they were being mean, John? And do you know what helped her forgive herself for doing something embarrassing? It was a Bible verse that taught her she couldn't do those things on her own. She had to have Jesus' help. She had to have Jesus' help. And she taught herself that Bible verse by counting to 10. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Exactly! Good job! 1 word per finger, 10 fingers, 10 words. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes! Preach it, Barbara. Dana realized that when she asked Jesus for help, she was able to relax about her embarrassment and forgive her friends for being mean. Now, I had an experience like Dana's too, where I needed Jesus' help. One weekend, I was really sick. I had a super bad stomach ache. I mean, it was bad. I didn't know if I wanted to throw up or go potty or both. All I could do was sit on my couch and roll back and forth and moan in agony. I was miserable. I was in so much pain, I couldn't even talk. But you know what? I remembered what my friend Dana had learned. I remembered those 10 words when you count to 10. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yes, I wasn't doing a very good job of dealing with the pain. But when I started asking Jesus to help me, You know what happened? I survived. And not only did I survive, I started thinking more about Jesus than I did about my pain. And eventually, the pain did go away, and I got better. We can learn from my friend Dana the value of counting to 10. Say it with me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Perfect. Good job. It's not our strength. It's Jesus living inside us and being strong for us. If our friends hurt us and treat us bad, all we have to do is remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When we do something silly and embarrassing, like tooting in church, we can forgive ourselves because, say it with me, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And when we are sick or in pain, we can do the exact same thing. That's straight out of the Bible. Philippians 4:13. Now, I learned a lot from my friend Dana and from my own experience when I was sick, but there's another person in my life who's taught me even more about those 10 words, and that's my son Parker. He lives Philippians 4:13 every day. Parker's a teenager now, but when he was born, he was really sick. He was diagnosed with all kinds of medical issues. Autism, cerebral palsy.
I know what that one is.
Yeah, he has a
That's
cyst on
what
his
he
brain.
has.
Yes, that's what John has. He told me earlier. You're right, Nikki.
I heard John say it.
Yeah. He had a cyst on his brain, developmental delay, and 50% of his brain was missing.
Ouch.
If you imagine that most people have a brain the size of a football, Parker was born with a brain the size of a baseball. But the doctors weren't sure if he would even live. And if he did live, they didn't know if he would ever walk, or talk, or crawl. But you know what? Parker does all of that and more because he lives Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's not his own strength, it's Jesus living in him. Now, I want to end with a poem that I wrote about Parker when he was 6 years old. I wrote it to remind myself that when life gets challenging, I just need to remember my son, remember Philippians 4:13, and I need to remember to count to 10. When you think it can't be done, just remember my son. Born with half a brain, a life destined for pain. They said he might not walk, and possibly not talk. We wondered, would he crawl or ever throw a ball? But lots of people prayed. Daily progress he has made. And now at age of 6, he runs and throws and kicks. Don't tell me you can't do it.
I do it.
That there's too much to go through it. You haven't met my son. He's proof it can be done.
Amen.